Hey, Pico here with Ruth, the senior producer of Guardians of Middle-earth. I just played this with you. It was so much fun. Tell us about it.
Yeah, you were playing as Hildefons, who's a tactician, and it's one of our new classes that we're bringing. So not only are we doing a MOBA on the console for really the first time for a true MOBA, we're also introducing a new class and some other new elements.
What are just some of the other classes and features that people play MOBAs, but how is this different being on console? How did you adapt it?
Yeah, so one big thing is the pacing is a little faster. So the matches are shorter, everything's a little more fast-paced. We kind of circumvent the initial laning phase where you're kind of getting creep score and stuff. It's a little faster to get into, and leveling up is faster. So I think PC MOBA players will notice that pacing first off.
How do you think this is going to transition into like the professional scene in esports?
I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. I think there's not a lot of professional esports stuff going on consoles as much as PC. So we'll have to see. We're going to do some streaming a little later, so we'll see how that works out.
So what is your favorite to play right now?
I do really like playing Hildefons. He's a lot of fun. He's a hobbit who is mentioned in the books a little bit. He's Bilbo's uncle, and the books say that he went off on an adventure and never came back. So we were like, what would be really cool is if he went and rediscovered Dwarven fire and became this siege engineer who can just push a lane really hard. He's a lot of fun because he just sets the entire lane on fire. I also really like playing Nori, who's a new character that we're showing. He's one of the Hobbit film characters. He's one of the dwarves. And he's also a tactician, but he's a lot more about structures. Like when he's near structures, he does more damage. He can also lay down a patch that counts as a structure that also does damage to enemies.
Now, can you just tell us a little bit about the map layout? It's a little bit more weavy, and the way that you're pushing is a little bit different. Just go into a little bit of that.
Yeah, so it is a 3-lane map. It looks pretty similar to some of the PC MOBA 3-lane maps, but one thing about it is it's smaller, so there's a lot more transitioning between lanes for players. It's also got more incentive for players to leave their lane early on and have team fights between the lanes, so I think it ends up being a lot more dynamic. And then also we've got some shrines in the jungle that you can go and capture for team buffs, so that also incentivizes players to leave their lane, go into the jungle early on.
One thing I thought was pretty cool is that you can upgrade your tower. Do you want to go?
Yeah, you can not only upgrade your towers, but you can also upgrade the soldiers in your lane. When you hit level 6 in the match, you can start upgrading stuff, and then as you hit higher levels, you get more upgrades that are more interesting. So for example, you can upgrade your soldiers to be siege soldiers that do massive damage to structures and also area of effect damage, which is really helpful if you're pushing a lane trying to get that last push into the base. And then you can also upgrade the towers to do double shots, to shoot faster, to even heal allies around them. So it's a lot of tactical thinking of what upgrades do I want in this lane right now.
Now, what are some of the modes? Do you have different maps? 2v2, 5v5. How does this work?
So most of the modes are 5v5. We've got skirmish, which is co-op versus AI, and then each mode you can play on the 3-lane map. We also have a 1-lane map, which is even more frenetic and very chaotic. It's basically all random, all mid, but set in a map. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty nuts. And then we also have a custom mode where you can set up 2v2 or 1v5 or whatever you want with any combination of bots and players that you want.
I had such a good time. I can't say enough good about it, but how can people find more information?
Well, we've got our website, guardiansofmiddleearth.com, which has tons of information, including Guardian bios. We've got Guardian videos that show 2 Guardians playing against each other and what their abilities are. So that's a great place to go.
Now, is it only for Xbox or also?
It's also PS3, yeah. So it'll be XBLA and PSN, so it's downloadable, and it'll be coming out this fall.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you.